Where's it being streamed?
All of it is streamed straight to Zyber.
You can look behind him. I think all the film's going straight to him.
So are we going to be editing this? We should ask if it's live.
Alright, so see how this is working? Alright. Program.
Okay, who's next? Grandma! Grandma!
This camera here, we got that camera down over there.
I think everybody's gonna be in there signing
Cool,
stuff.
right? Yeah, so and also like so this one preview. Well, they're not doing anything right now, so they're headed off. They're not they're not during sessions. This is on the trip. But yeah, so this when we bring up graphics here, so we have like so same Traina.
Beating the addiction.
Same right here. Program. That's like trying to get them, you know, on the approach there, and then they pull them all. This one just seems
Never seen you do that before.
It's senior day.
My balls aren't there.
Take the ball back off the rack and I'll carry it back for you.
It happens.
If it changes, let me know. If one of them don't make it on time.
Hi, we're with the LTHS video club.
I need
want to
both.
ask you a few questions about bowling. So, what's your name? Amber. Are you picking up any audio? Let's just put that out there. Okay. Because we don't want this just to have no audio. Okay. So, what is your favorite memory of being older?
Rock Island this year. It was a tournament we went to. We had to take a bus there and probably hang out with my friends.
What was your highest bowl?
268.
68. That's not a lot. This is the highest bowl, 300. So, what are you guys hoping to accomplish here? Like, is there a winning team you guys are going with? Or are you just bowling?
We're going against Minarcik. And there's like different balls. So there's one that's specifically for spares, it's a plastic ball. There's balls that are made for heavy or light oil, depending on the pattern.
I didn't know that there were specific bowling balls. So, like, you said that there was plastic bowling balls for spares. What does that mean? Whenever you get a spare, you just throw the other plastic ball to catch the other one?
Some girls just use it for like 10 pins or 7 pins or ones on the edge, or some other girls use them to pick up the spares.
Okay. Thank you for this interview. This is like the first time we haven't harassed people for interviews, so it's kind of weird trying to leave them off now.
Okay.
You're gonna take the video?
Where is this going?
LTHS.
Oh, okay, I guess. Maybe.
Okay, well,
Stay where you are.
Zoe.
So, you're part of the senior bowling team?
Yep.
Senior girls bowling team?
Yep.
So, what's your highest bowl?
Like 257.
257, okay. So, you guys, I heard that you guys are facing Nika?
Yep.
Okay. I'm drawing a blank again. I'm doing really good today. That's why I got the coffee. So, I heard that you guys have like specific bowling balls. Do you have like specific bowling balls, or are you borrowing from?
Most of us, I think everyone on the team has like their own. Most of us just have like a whole bunch of different ones.
Yeah, and I heard that there's like plastic bowling balls, right?
These ones have like specific like drills in them, but like the ones that are over there are like the plastic ones that like are like house balls that like non-bowlers use.
Okay, I understand. So there's, I see you're not wearing shoes. Do you have to like wear shoes to get up here?
Yeah.
Those are all types of eccentric shoes. I thought you guys had to wear like specific shoes for this, so like you don't slip.
Yeah, those shoes, they're like bowling shoes, so that way like you slide when you like do your approach or whatever.
I thought it would be the opposite.
Yeah. But like if you use like your outside shoes, then like the lanes can get like wet if they're like dirty, and then like people will sometimes fall if the lanes are wet.
And so you guys, are you guys planning to win against Minarcik?
Yeah.
How would you win? You guys get points?
Yeah, that's how it is. It's usually just like the highest scores at the end. Like, so we have 3, so it's like 6 people on varsity, 6 people on JV, and all the scores are added up at the end, and whoever has the highest like total out of everyone's then wins.
Alright, well thank you and good luck for the game tonight. Bowling tournament. Alright, well, thank you for letting us interview you. Have a good luck.
Sorry, Zoe, I couldn't resist.
red raw wrapped around her.
Tony says she should use it. I go, are you you are going to be out at 6.
Yeah, they're on it.
Make sure the full names are. Okay, you guys
Grab your mindset. Everybody takes their turn. You're the yeah. That link does work. Guys,
Oh yeah, it does work. All right. What's that?
We won't actually get on there.
Well, it's rolling right now.
Okay.
So what else? That's our talk.
Where's my jacket? Good to tell you.
Yeah, you'll be able to hear yourself.
I got it.
You got it? All right. You like it on the seat? Getting kind of close.
I feel a little loud up here. good? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
And then Art talks about, like, we were talking about all the senior girls on all the teams.
There's a guy watching me on there. We go. You watch me throw that thing.
Alright. You're here making right? Yes. I try to teach as many events as I can, whether it be athletics or with activities. And I knew that it was girls' senior night, so I wanted to take the opportunity to stop by support the team and the coaches. That's really cool. And are you a big bowler or bowling fan in general? I like bowling. Am I good at it? No way. No, even, playing years ago when I was younger, no, not good at all, but I've got a lot of respect for how great our program is. We've had so much success over the years, state trophies, and I know this year there's high expectations to have another great season. They are having a great season. I know there's a strong possibility of state as well. So how do you feel about the competitors? So I hear great things about this program just from being someone who's been from the area. I actually taught at Minarcik a long time ago, but I do follow the area sports, and I know that Minarcik has a great program too. So that's going to be very competitive. How do you feel Porter's going to do against them? Porter's are going to win. There's no doubt about that. See, Porter Pride. No doubt on that. All right. Yeah, and I know we're hosting the regional this Saturday here at Strike and Spare 2, and I'm planning on coming for the afternoon session to see us win a regional championship. All right, well, thank you for letting us interview you. Absolutely. Thank you, Mark. You're on. All right. What's your name, buddy?
Ryan Green.
It's Strike and Spare Lanes here in Lockport, Illinois. What we're live streaming today is girls high school bowling. We are featuring a match between the Lockport Porters and the Minarcik Indians, two area powerhouses in a non-conference matchup. My name is Tom Hins. I'll be describing some of the action and making the pointers, along with Jeff, our engineer. Tonight is kind of a special night too. This is not just another match. This is senior night for the Lockport Porters. We have, I believe it is, 9 seniors that we will be honoring at the end of the match. Right now what they are doing is they are going through their practice balls to get 10 minutes of practice. And what all this is this match is going to be, we're going to feature 2 pairs of varsity teams, which is lanes 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And what we got here with the 2 varsity pairs is we are going to be bowling 6-on-6 over the 2 pairs for 3 games. There'll be 3 bowlers from each team on each pair. So after we bowl 3 games, so after the first game we'll give you totals after game 1, give you totals after game 2, and then the final total after 3 games, total pins, all 3 games, all the scores count. So we're going to have like 6 games on each pair, and then we'll have the 3 games, and total pins after the 3 games with the 6 bowlers on each team will determine the win. Now off our featured pairs of seniors on 3, 4, 5, 6, on 7, 8, 9, 10, we do have a junior varsity match also going on at the same time. And if there's anything of interest going on over there, we will let you know. Now, because there's 9 seniors, we can only, what Coach Kwasinski likes to do is on senior night, he likes to play the seniors no matter what. So even if they're not starters on the varsity team. Now, seeing as though we got 9, there will be 6 of the 9 will be on 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And then on 7 and 8 will be the other 3 seniors, and we'll keep you posted on that JV match over there featuring the seniors, and we'll try to make sure we get the seniors in. Minooka, I'm not sure who exactly they are playing yet, but we will get the rosters as soon as possible. And if I don't get the rosters, at least I'll get, we'll see their names up on the board, and we'll call them out as they come up to bowl. My name again is Tom Hins. I'm the pro shop operator of T&D Bowling Specialists in Joliet, Illinois, located in Town and Country Lanes. I am a part-time professional bowler. I bowl part-time on tour, and I'm a private coach to many of these girls. I've been coaching high school girls bowling now for almost 25 years now. So I currently, of the Lockport clan, I believe I've got 6 girls that I currently work with. The Lockport coaches, we have our head coach is Artie Kwasinski, who's, I don't have the exact number of years, but he's been here a long time. He's probably 20 years as a head coach, and before that he was an assistant coach. So we got Artie as the head coach. Linda Saziga is the assistant coach, and she's been with him for quite a few years. In fact, she bowled for Lockport when she was in high school a few years ago. And then we have as another assistant coach, Andy McCormick, and Andy's been with Artie ever since Artie has been head coach, and I think he was even here when Artie was an assistant head coach with head coach Ed Matasevic before Artie took over. So we got approximately about 3.5 minutes left on practice. Minooka coaches. Minooka coaches, we have head coach Frank Uzenis, and then his assistants are Mickey Resner and Kevin Sickler. Coach Y, as he's called, Coach Uzenis, he's been a head coach now of bowling, girls bowling, for 24 years. 16 years now with Minooka. He was, before that, he started the program at Plainfield Central, head coach there. His tenure at Minooka has been very successful. Like I say, 16 years, and he has made it to state, to the state tournament, qualified for state 13 of the last 15 years. So the Minooka program, these are two, like I say, 2 of the best teams in the area. These 2 teams and probably Joliet West would be one of the other top teams in the area. Now, even though we're playing the seniors on the 2 pairs, like I said, every one of these seniors does not necessarily start varsity. I believe we've got 3 of them, I think. 3 of them that actually bowl varsity. And they'll be bowling tonight. So a lot of the, a few of the other varsity starters are bowling in the JV because, again, Artie Kwasinski wants to showcase his seniors tonight. This is a big crop of seniors for him. I've been doing this now for several years, and I can't ever remember this many seniors graduating, but he's still got a big crop coming yet. So they'll still be around for quite a while. By the way, I just want to give a shout out too and congrats to the Minooka boys bowling team. The high school boys had their state tournament over the weekend, and congrats to Minooka. They were 3rd place in state, so they got a trophy. Joliet West was 9th of the area teams, and the Lockport Porter boys, they finished 10th, so top 10 finish for the Lockport Porters.
Why start now?
Got another minute to go yet before their practice is over. After their practice is over, they all get together and they do their cheer. Lockport's got about 28 kids on currently bowling, whether it's varsity, JV. Minooka's got quite a few themselves, not quite as many, but they'll all get together out in front of lanes and do their cheer before we finally start with our matchup today. Again, we are showcasing the seniors. 6 of them will be on the 2 pairs, 3, 4, 5, and 5 and 6. On lanes 7 and 8, we will have bowling leadoff. We will have senior Sidney Ledbetter. She'll be starting on lane 7. We have Amber Hall, who will be the second player for Lockport on 7 and 8, and Sidney Nelson. Those will be the 3 bowlers, senior bowlers, that are bowling JV. But we just didn't have enough room. We can only play 6 at a time, so they will be over here bowling JV, but we will keep an eye on what they're doing. Now they're getting together, getting themselves psyched up. You'll see the seniors are in a different, Lockport seniors are in like a tie-dye type shirt. So they stand out from the regular team members. The regular team members or the other team members are in their Lockport uniforms, which are very sharp. You see they got sublimation shirts, skirts. In fact, the Lockport bowling team used to be, they were one of the first to have skirts on instead of pants. And now practically, or most of the players now in high school. Most of your college teams will wear, frankly, all your college teams will wear skirts and shorts. So a little more athletic type. Years ago, they used to have squishy pants and sweats and boys polos, so a little bit different type uniform now. I'm looking Okay, it looks like for the Lockport Porters, seniors starting on lane 3, we got Zoe Ditter, who's going to lead off. And then we have Morgan Lane, who's the second bowler on lane 3 for Lockport. And let's see who that other one is. Maci Minarcik is going to be the anchor bowler on lane 3. On lane 5, let's see, we have Jessica Ramirez leading off for Lockport. Emilie Pleshar is going to be the second bowler, and Sammy Traina is going to be the anchor player. Again, as we said, on lane 7 then will be Sidney Ledbetter will be leading off, Amber Hall second, and Sidney Nelson will be the third bowler. Looks like we have a slight breakdown on lane 5, so as soon as they get set, we'll be ready. Strike and spare 2 lanes here. Really great bowling senator. Really a supporter of girls high school bowling. It's always a pleasure to come here. Looks like for Minooka, leading off will be Alyssa Alexander on lane 4. And Casey Backstrom will be leading off for the Indians on lane 6. Like I say, the action will be really quick and fast. So it won't be one ball thrown at a time. There might be a couple balls thrown at a time. So it'll be impossible to do exact play-by-play, but we'll kind of interject with anything that we see and kind of let the action out on the lane speak for itself. So enjoy the match. While they're waiting for the breakdown there on lane 5, that's why they haven't really started yet on 5 and 6. But I want to give you just an idea. Let's talk just a little bit about the Minooka bowling team recap this year. They won the Joliet West invite. They won the I think say all the top teams are there. College coaches come to recruit there because they get to see the best. You actually see more, I would say, better players at Strike Fest than you would even at the state tournament. State tournament, sometimes good teams get knocked out of sectionals or regionals, and you don't get to see all the good ones. So Lockport has started though on lane 3. Zoe got 9 and a spare. Morgan Lane got a strike. Maci Minarcik leaves the 3-6-10. Over on lane 7, Sidney Ledbetter started out with a split, got 1, so that's 9. I think we got an issue from what I understand on lane 5. I think the lane 5 is more than just a deck jam. It is a major breakdown. So we're going to have to see what we're going to have to do here. Okay, looks like what they're going to do, because lane 5 has a major breakage. They won't be able to fix it now. So I think the bowlers on 5 and 6, we're on 5 and 6, are going to move over to lanes 1 and 2. So 5 and 6 will be down. Going to make it a little bit tougher for our engineer Jeff to try to get this in, because we are centered right next to 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, we'll see what happens here. Okay, it looks like they're not going to give them any practice balls I wanted to. We're just going to get right into it here so we can get going. And naturally, when you move pairs, it's part of bowling. That's part of it. Happens to me sometimes. You know, you're ready to go on a pair or something. Lane breaks down. You got to move pairs. You practice for 10 minutes on one pair, and then you got to go over to the next pair. You have no idea what's going to happen. So Jessica Ramirez, in fact, she happened to start out with a split, went 7-2 in her first frame. Sidney Ledbetter, as you can see, she's got 8 and 1 in the third. Amber Hall now is up on lane 7. It's a little high, breaks it up. So let's see, Amber Hall, she has a high career game of 268, a high 3-game series of 648, and she averages, let's see, 179 was her highest average. And she's going to be attending JJC, Joe Junior College. And then eventually she wants to go on to the University of Iowa with an interest in medicine. Very nice. Sidney Nelson now is the anchor bowler on lane 7. And she is up right now. Sidney Nelson, nice pitch. Got a strike. So her first 3 frames were 9 square, 8-1, and a strike. Sidney Ledbetter, just to kind of give you a mini bio on her. Her high game is 248. High 3-game series of 638. She was accepted into Kendall College for culinary arts and hospitality, so she wants to be a chef. Left-hander. And she chops the spare, chops the 4 right off the 7. So again, the 3 seniors that are bowling on 7 and 8 are not varsity starters. They bowled mostly JV their whole career. Amber Hall, we just mentioned her. She throws a shot now on lane 8. Goes a little high, leaves a 3-6. And I also want to mention, let's see, the other Sidney. Sidney Nelson. Her high game was 258 in her career. High 3-game series is 653. And she's attending Joliet Junior College, and then university bound. She's going to go somewhere after she does probably a couple years at JUCO and pursuing studies in animal science in order to go to veterinary school. That's as hard, if not harder, than being a doctor, that being a veterinarian. That is amazing. That's dedication. So their futures look very bright on that side. You can see they do their own cheering to the Lockport Porters. They got cheers for everything. On that particular one there, it's when they all get strikes. They do their little cheer like that. Jessica Ramirez looks like she's struggling a little bit on lane 2. She had an open and then a strike, and she got another big split. And so she's got 2 out of 3 opens right now, off to a little slow start. Morgan Lane is going up on lane 3. She's got a double, first 2 strikes. Gonna make a shot right now. Nice pitch, leaves a solid 10 though. Morgan Lane, her high game is 287. High 3-game series of 718 and a high 6-game series of 1302. So pretty good player. She is pursuing a degree in elementary education, and Morgan Lane's going to keep going and bowling college. She's going to be bowling for Duluth University. So she's going to be attending there in the fall. Maci Minarcik, the little one, is going up on lane 3 here. Maci gets about as much as of her game as she can. She throws the ball really good. Small in stature, but huge heart. And Maci's got a spare and a double. Maci's high game, first of all, she's a member of the National Honor Society. And she's got a high game of 257, high 3-game series of 698, and her average is 190. Zoe Ditter just threw a shot on lane 4. And let's see, she's got a spare, strike, so she's going on a Dutch. And let's see what Zoe's got. Zoe is a member of the art club. She had a high game of 252, high 3-game series of 666. And she's got 187 average. Plans are to be an early childhood special education teacher to play softball in college. So she's going to continue. But she didn't say what college she was looking to attend. Maybe she's still leaving her options open. Morgan Lane just threw a shot on lane 4 and come up, chop the spare, 245. So Morgan's got 2 strikes, 9 spare, 7-2. Little Maci's going up there now on lane 4. Maci has really improved over the last couple years. One of the kids that I've worked with for Lockport. Nice aggressive shot, and she gets a tap on the 10-pin. So Maci's got spare turkey going. Gonna shift over to lanes 1 and 2. And up there to throw her spare is Emilie Pleshar. Emilie has a high game. Emmy can really throw the ball. She's short in stature too, but boy, she don't cheat herself. She really rips through the bowling ball. Very aggressive. I love the way she throws the ball. Her high game was 290. High 3-game series, she has shot a 700 of 706. High 6-game series of 1295. Emilie finished with a 192 average. Going up there on lane 2 right now is Traina. Sammy, we'll talk about her a little bit later in depth. Maybe between games 1 and 2, I got to give a special shout out to her because she's been on fire lately. So we'll get into more about Sammy. But right now, Sammy's got a spare strike. Sammy's high game 279, high game series 760. She had a high 6-game series 1473. She averaged 245 in that tournament. We'll talk more about that. Jessica Ramirez finally gets on track, and she's got a double down the 4th and 5th frame. So maybe she made the proper adjustment moving on to that next pair. Emilie Pleshar going on lane 1 again. Nice high backswing, good contemporary game for Emilie. Very solid player. And Emilie is, she was 18th place All-Conference 2019, second All-Conference in 2020. She's a state team participant 2019, 2020. And I got to make a note of this with Emilie. She says she am a god at 4-5 splits. So I guess she gets 4-5 splits when she does leave them practically all the time. And she's going to be bowling in college next year. She's going to be bowling for Aurora University next year. So congrats to her. And she'll be a pretty good college player. Zoe on lane 4, trips the 4, then trips the 7. So now Zoe's got a strike or spare, strike, spare, and a three-bagger going. So she's off to a good start. Morgan Lane, little light. Morgan Lane left the 2-pin. She'll pick up. Morgan averaged 183 this year. She was not. I guess she bowled varsity a little bit, but shows you the depth. I mean, the girl's got 183 average, and it's tough to break the varsity lineup. Maci's up now in the 6th frame. They're in the first 6 frames right now. And the ball came in late and leaves the 7-10. Maci has a habit of leaving those because the ball does come in a little bit late for her sometimes, and comes in behind the head pin, and she just doesn't get enough to 5-pin to get the 5 into the 7. So Maci's she had that turkey, and then she left the 1-pin spare and missed it. Again, Maci was really close to making the state roster. I'm going to mention the state roster a little bit later too. Coach Kaczynski gave it to me. But Maci Minarcik averaged 182 this year, and she just missed making the state team. Into the 6th round. In case you just joined us on the live stream here, we're watching girls high school bowling, a match between the Manuka Indians and your Lockport Porters. And tonight is senior night. They're graduating 9 seniors, and the ceremonies for the 9 seniors will be after the 3 games of bowling. Right now we're bowling 6-on-6 in the varsity matchup. Total pins after 3 games wins the match. But again, Lockport is bowling seniors. They don't have, there are a few other players that could bowl varsity, but they are underclassmen, so they'll be bowling off to the side over here. Zoe is on a turkey on lane 3 and doesn't quite get to the 5-pin, leaves the 5-pin, which should be a fairly easy spare. Jessica Ramirez on lane 1 was on a turkey. Now she gets a 4-bagger. So Jessica Ramirez, after open, strike, open, gets a 4-bagger. We will make mention of the other girls who did make the state team who are underclassmen. We'll do that during or between the games. Our focus right now is on our seniors. Let's see, over on lane 7, let's see what we got there in the 9th frame. Sidney Ledbetter has got, let's see, 82 in the 8th with a spare up in the 9th. Amber Hall has got 144 in the 8th with a, well, let's see if she picks up her spare. She's going for the 7-pin right now. And Sydney Nelson has got 111 in the 7th with a spare in the 8th. Again, the dedication, regardless of what talent, what skill level you're at, dedication of the Lockport girls are amazing. That's why they're as good. That's why they're as deep as they are. There are a lot of girls who never sniffed the varsity on this Lockport team that could bowl varsity. A lot of other teams could start on varsity. But they're so deep, probably about, I'd say about 10, 12 deep. Okay, Zoe Ditter on lane 4. Gonna make a shot. She's got a turkey going, so she's going at a 210 clip, 139 to 6, spare to 7. She's bowling the 8th frame right now. That's got a push, and it almost did. She tripped the 4, almost got the 7. Zoe's going to go pick up the spare now. So again, like I say, she's going at a 210 pace right now. Jessica Ramirez on lane 2. She quit her string. She had a 4-bagger. She left the 7-pin, and now she's moving up a 7-pin. She gets it. Morgan Lane, dead flush. So she gets a double. So she's got a double, spare, open, spare, open. She's going at approximately 190 pace right now, if she marks out the rest of her frames. They're in the 8th frame right now. The ones on 1 and 2 are in the 8th frame. Emilie Pleshar goes a little high, leaves a 3-6. Let's see, Emilie is going at a 180 pace right now. She's got 103 and strike in the 7th. And now she's got the 3-6. Hopefully she converts that. Maci left another 10-pin. Going for the 10-pin. She hung on. So Maci's got 135 in the 7th with a spare in the 8th. So we got 157. She's going at about a 190 pace. Sammy Traina is going to get up there now in lane 2. Been throwing the ball very well lately. One of my girls that I work with, Sammy, goes a little high, ball peeled a little too much, leaves a 4-9, 49er. Sidney Nelson, let's see, she's going at about a 170 pace. She's got a spare in the 9th. Now, they are finishing up on 7 and 8. As far as the scores, Sidney Ledbetter shot 110. Amber Hall struck out in the 10th, so she shot 194. That's a good start for Amber. And Sidney Nelson, 150 in the 9th. She's got a strike up. She can go off the sheet if she gets 2 more strikes for 180. So it looks like that JV pair with those 3 seniors are going to get done before 7-pin. So if she converts this, she could shoot 170. Morgan Lane, nice pitch on lane 3. Okay, so let's see who we got up next. Emilie Pleshar is going to be on lane 1, bowling her 9th frame. She went Brooklyn, but hey, a strike's a strike. Looks the same up there. Crossed over. She's got 143, it looks like. This is pretty far away from me, but I can get it without glasses, too. 143 in the 8th with a strike up. So she's going at a 180 pace. Sammy strikes after that brutal 4-9. Oh, she left the 10-pin. Okay, didn't see that. From this angle, it's tough with the ball return in the way. But it looked like a pretty decent shot. She goes for the 10-pin, and she got it. So Sammy's going, struggling a little bit, 180 pace. Then again, though, the focus probably just isn't going to be quite there tonight with it being senior night. That's totally understandable. This is more, like I say, it's a non-conference matchup. Really means more of an exhibition, really, between the two teams. They usually bowl with Minooka on senior night because Frank understands it's senior night, so he don't load up. They just kind of bowl. The JV, the seniors at JV are starting their second match. And what we'll try to do with, we got 9th and 10th frame yet for 1, 2, 3, 4, the varsity matchup. And we'll try to get the results, the totals, as soon as Coach McCormick can get them up here to me. Jessica Ramirez is getting ready to bowl her 10th frame. First bowler up on lane 2. Okay, Zoe Ditter finished up. She opened the 10th. So Zoe ends up with 206 opening the 10th. Not a bad score for opening the 10th. Morgan Lane left a 2-pin, and she's going to go try to pick this one up. Jessica Ramirez gets the first one in the 10th, first strike in the 10th. She can go off the sheet for 215. Morgan Lane got her spare, so if she strikes, she can shoot 201. Morgan Lane strikes, so she shoots 201 on lane 4. Getting up on lane 2, trying to get the second one in the 10th is Jessica Ramirez. Jessica's got an older sister who bowled for Lockport. She bowled for Lockport, and Marissa Ramirez, and she bowls college now. She bowls for St. Xavier University, and I still work with her. I've had Marissa now for about 7 years. Jessica, I've had her all through her high school career working with her. Nice job, Jess. Goes off the sheet for 215. That's good. Frame now. So we got 215 for Jess over there, 1 and 2. Lane 2 now, Emilie's going to go up there. Emilie, deep inside angle, dead flush. What a nice little player. So let's see, what can Emilie get? She can get 203 if she strikes out. She's going 190 right now, 190 pace. Give you an idea of the averages of these girls during the season. Coach Krasinski gave me the nice strike for Emilie, gave me the average sheet here for dual meets and invites up from the last tournament in Dixon. And Sam Traina was a top averager at 208. Peyton Vandenberg Jr. is at 206. Isabella Colon. By the way, Peyton Vandenberg is a regular varsity starter. Isabella Colon, 203. Chloe Saziga, she's a junior at 202, and Jessica Ramirez at 200. So he had 5 players average 200 or better. Okay, Emilie finishes with 20 something. It was like 204. 202. 202 for Emilie. So the last bowler now, Sam Traina. Last bowler for Lockport on lane 2. Last frame of the first game. And then we'll get the results as soon as Coach Andy can get them here to me so we can run off scores. I didn't get a lineup for Minarcik, so I'll read off who was bowling when I get the results. But so let's see, Sam's going to 180 pace. She struck in the first frame or first ball in the 10th. She can strike out for 195. Over on 7 and 8, we got Sidney Ledbetter, 8-1 in the first frame, and she got a double. And that was after that 110 start, so she's off to a lot better start. All right, Samantha going up for the last shot of this first game. Nice and aggressive, flush. So she goes off the sheet for 195. Lockport last year, they were 5th place team at state. And I happen to have the roster here real quick. The bowlers were Chloe Saziga, Isabella Colon, Jessica Ramirez, Samantha Traina, Emilie Pleshar. You hear a lot of the names that I'm naming off today that are bowling. Erin Clefman, Peyton Vandenberg, and Emma Punter was that 5th place state team. They could have finished a lot higher, but unfortunately they missed a lot of easy spares, which spares are the name of the game. They're quickly going into their second game here. They're not messing around, which is great because he's not moving players or nothing, so we don't have to take the time to redo the sheets or anything. Again, over on 7 and 8 now. They're in their 4th frame already. They're bowling very quickly. We got Sidney Ledbetter with 54 in the 3rd with a spare in the 4th, and then we got Amber Lane, 60 in the 3rd with a strike in the 4th, and Sydney Nelson, 3 spares in a row, going for a 4th. Up, she chopped it. So they're off to a little better start on the JV seniors. Now we go over to lanes 1 and 2, where Jessica Ramirez start out with a strike, Emilie Pleshar start out with a strike, and Sammy Traina now is up on lane 1. Yeah, Lockport was a 5th place team at state last year. They had a 4th place. They had an all-stater individually, 4th place individual, Chloe Saziga, one of my kids that I work with. Last year they won conference, regional, sectionals. You know, they cleaned house pretty much. But again, they got to state. They had trouble with spares, and they had trouble playing when they had to move inside. When the lane started curving a little bit more, they had issues. So hopefully this year, the experience is going to be a lot better this year. Most of the girls that were there last year will be at state this year. It was a really tough choice. They finished 5th at Strike Fest, and I got to mention the Dixon tournament that they bowled at last week. That one, I got to see what the exact scores were there. I happen to have them here. They shot a school record last week, Dixon, for the 6 games, 5-man teams. They shot a 65-78, 578 pins over 200 average. So that came out to the team. The team as an average averaged 219. And amongst the players who bowled that, Sam Traina, who I mentioned earlier, shot 1473, our senior. Isabella Colon, who is a sophomore, shot 1383. Peyton Vandenberg, junior, shot 1291. Jessica Ramirez shot 1281, and Chloe Sazinga shot 1150. He had to really make tough choices for the senior roster this year for state, or I should say varsity roster for state. Only 8 get to go to Rockford. The state tournament is at Cherry Bowl, Rockford, Illinois, and that is coming up on the weekend of February 21st, 22nd. This Saturday, Lockport will be at the regional tournament, regional seedings, and they'll be here at Strike and Spare for the regional tournament. They'll be at Echo Lanes in Morris the week after for the sectionals, and then it's on the state. I would believe they got a really good chance of making it through the sectionals. I don't see any reason why they can't. So with that scores from last week, it looks like, and I've noticed, I've watched them the last couple weeks, and they're starting to get into a groove. This is where you want to start building momentum at the end of the season. They started out a little slower, but they've picked up the pace, and everybody seems to be bowling very well. The state roster, I'll mention the state roster here real quick. I just got that from Coach Artie. We have 3 seniors, 3 juniors, and 2 sophomores. Of the seniors, Jessica Ramirez is going to state. Samantha Traina is going to state, and Emilie Pleshar is going to state. So those 3 that you see over there on lanes 1 and 2, they are on the state team. They are going quest for another state championship. Then we have 3 juniors. Peyton Vandenberg, who's having a great year this year. She's probably the most consistent bowler. I have not. I've been to a few matches, and I've never really seen her bowl bad. She is the daughter of Jeff Vandenberg here, who runs a pro shop here at Strike and Spare Lanes. She's only a junior, so she's got this year yet. Next year, really done very well. Like I say, she averaged second in average with 206. And then we got Megan Bases, who's a junior. She's going to state this year. I believe that's her first time, if not first time, second time going to state. Chloe Saziga is a junior. She's going to state. Then we got the sophomores. Emma Punter is going to state. And Isabella Colon, who really throws the ball very well. Very exciting to watch. One of my kids, she's a sophomore, and she's going to be at state. So the state tournament team is Jessica Ramirez, Isabella Colon, Peyton Vandenberg, Chloe Saziga, Samantha Traina, Emilie Pleshar, Megan Bases, and Emma Punter. So that's your state team that is going on, hopefully, to win a state championship, or at least get a trophy. Last year they missed out. They finished 5th. Let's catch up on the action here a little bit. Let's see, we got 1 and 2. They're going into their 4th frame. Jessica Ramirez is going up on the right lane, lane 2. She's got a double and a 9 spare. And she does carry the strike. So Jess, through 4 frames, got a double, 9 spare, and strike. So got off to a good start. Let's see, Emilie Pleshar will be the next one up. I think on 3 and 4, they're waiting for, looks like Maci's waiting for a pin that was out of range, and they got to respot her spare. That's what the delay is on 3 and 4. Maci will be up on 3. She's the anchor ball on 3 for Lockport. So far right now, Zoe has got 9 spare, 7 open, and 8 spare. Morgan Lane's got the first 3. And then Maci had a double, and now she's waiting for to respot her 1-pin spare. I don't know what happened to Emilie on that shot. She left half a loaf there. She left the 1, 2, 4, 5, 10. It's definitely not a gimme on the spare shooting. Yeah, that's a tough one. So she goes 8 out. As I said previously, Emilie Pleshar averaged 192 this year. Awesome. I wish I knew what the comparisons were from last year, but every one of the kids looked better than what I seen last year. Sam Traina trips the 4.7. Well, Sammy's got the first 4, and like I say, Sam Traina's on fire. That 14.70, that's unbelievable. That's a 240, 245 average for Sam. I mean, that's. I think she had a 750 in there, something. In the morning set or the afternoon set, one or the other. But she has just been crushing them. She got a new ball or refurbished ball, actually a new ball to replace her old one that was dead. She's just been crushing them with that ball. You can't pry that ball out of her hand. Maci, I guess it was worth the wait. She picked up her 1-pin spare after they reset it, so she's got a double and a 9 spare. As I said, I think the future looks bright for Lockport next year. I think they could be as good as they are right now. They need a little bit of improvement from the bowlers in general, but I think they could be just as good. So he can make another good run because all of them are young. He's got some ones coming up. He just won't be quite as deep as he was this year. Now we got, let's see, Morgan Lane is coming up now on lane 4. She's working on the first 3. She got off to a really good start. Morgan's got a nice simple game. Nice clean release. Flat 10. But hey, hit the pocket. She makes a good shot. Okay, Sammy Traina's got the first 4. So let's see what she does on lane 1. See what she does, and then we'll go over to lane 7 and see what they're doing now over there. Oh, Sam a little high, left 4.7. So she got the first 4, leaves 4.7. Hopefully she picks up the spare. Maci is up now on. Morgan missed that 10 pin, so on lane 4. So Maci's going up there on lane 4 now with a double and 9 spare. Maci, get it back. Left the 2-pin in friend. So it's makeable. She'll give it a shot. Want to look over here to lane 7 and Sidney Ledbetter. Much better game than the first game. I believe she shot 110. Still haven't got any scores from Andy yet from that first game totals. Sidney Ledbetter had 110, I believe it was, her first game. She's got 119 in the 8th already. She's got last game beat already. And now she just got another spare, so she's doing very well. She's got a 150 pace. And that's pretty good. Her average is 143, so she's doing well above her average, I think, this game. Amber Hall is next on lane 7. She's doing very well. She's got a spare, strike, spare, turkey, spare, strike. So she's going at a 210 pace right now. Throws the ball very well. Again, Amber Lane, from what I see, she could bowl varsity on most other teams. It's really sick when the JV, they bowl their JV tournaments. The JV team has on occasion beat the varsity team as they're bowling at the same time, and the JV team they'll beat the varsity team sometimes. But when they play the other JV teams, they'll win by 500-600 pins. I mean, they're that deep. Jessica Ramirez got the baby split on lane 2, and she covers it right in between them. Very good. So Jessica's got double, spare double, picked up the baby split. So she's going at a 2:10 clip after 6 frames. Okay, Zoe struck in the 5th. Morgan struck in the 5th. Maci's going up. She left a 3-6. Maci has improved so much over the last year. It's unbelievable. She just missed the state team. Again, he probably could have, if he could have took 12, he probably could have took 12. But you can only take 8 to state. You can only play 5 at any one time. So. Emilie missed another 1-pin spare, so she's got, let's see, 94 in the 6th. So Sammy's going up after the split in the 5th frame. We'll see what she does. Finishing up now on lanes 7 and 8. On lane 8, Sidney Ledbetter misses the spare, but she had a pretty good game. She shot average, she shot 147. Definitely an improvement from the 110. Amber Hall will be next up on lane 8. She's got 179 in the 8th, spare in the 9th. So she's going at a 2:10 pace. And Amber Lane, let's see what she averaged. Amber Hall, I should say. I'm sorry. Amber Hall. I get Morgan Lane and Amber Hall confused. But Amber Hall did spare in the 9th. She got a strike in the 10th. And like I say, she throws the ball really nice. And Amber Hall averaged 159. She's going to be well over her average. She gets a strike here. She'll be in the 220s. Wow. So looks like she can shoot 229 with another strike. All right, Maci gets a strike on lane 4. Amber Hall. Oh, she hit that flush, but the pin twirled around, but she still goes 9 out. Shoots 228. Nice game. Nice game. Well above her average. So Sidney Nelson will be the last bowler. Amber Hall, nice bowling. Amber with that strike up in the 9th. Okay, we're going to go down for some interviews with the seniors. The boys down there are going to interview some of them, okay? So we'll turn down to them.
Samantha? Okay.
Why just...
we just have a few questions. We've been watching and we've been noticing that you guys are very friendly with the other team. So this is not a sport of like hatred against the enemy?
Well, I mean, we go with them like all the
You
time.
need to get closer.
Okay,
Neither of you are in screen.
well, then back up. Might as well just- So,
We go with them all the time, like at tournaments on the events and stuff, so we know all of them.
so you're like well acquainted with the other team. Okay. And we've also noticed you guys have been using techniques to like serve the ball. So that's a little strange to me because I only thought it goes straight. And if it just random look, it goes away. So there's techniques to this game.
Yeah, you have to like, it's in your wrist and your
I really see a lot of people wearing it. So you guys are using that.
It helps like to not break their wrist and bring it back.
A danger to the game. Like, a lot of them wearing like tapes on the forearms here and the hands and stuff. What's that Mark from Video Club, and that's all we got.
So I got 3 phone calls during that.
All right, back to the action here. The JV, the seniors on JV on Summer Night are just starting their last game. We'll pick up where we left off here on lanes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 after the senior interviews. And we are in the 6th frame. And Jessica Ramirez, I should say Samantha Traina, is going to go up and bowl her 6th frame. And we'll kind of give you a rundown as to how they're bowling. Sam gets a strike on lane 2. So Sam, after the first 4 and then the split, comes back with another strike. Sam's really thrown the ball, I mean, as good as she's ever thrown it, really. And she played very well last year. So. Let's see, we on 3 and 4, we got Zoe is 111 in the 6th with the spare in the 9th. Morgan, 9 open, she's got 144 in the 7th. And Maci has got 96 in the 5th with a double. So they just completed their 7th frame. They're going to start entering their 8th frame now. And they'll be bowling on lane 4. Jessica Ramirez up on lane 1, bowling her 7th frame, gets a strike. So let's see where Jess is at right now. She's got 2 doubles, so double, spare, strike. So she's going at a 2:10 pace now, bowling in the, finished her 6th frame, so she's got plenty of room. She can still shoot a big game, very big game. Emilie is up next. Looks like she had 94 in the 5th on an open. And Emilie throws the ball in lane 1. And she left the 10 pin. So we'll see if she covers the 10 pin. Over on lane 4, Zoe Ditter left the 7 pin. And she is in the 8th frame. She has 130 in the 7th. So she's going at about a 190 pace. I believe Emilie got the spare. I could hardly hear it, but yep, she got it. So Sam's coming up now. Sam with that 4-bagger open strike. She's going at a 2:10 pace, but she could still get a big game. Zoe 130 in the 7th, spare in the 8th. Sam, a little bit light. Threw it good, just a little wide. And she leaves the 7 pin. Morgan flushes that one on lane 4. Morgan had a turkey, 9 open, double, 9 open. So she missed 2 1-pin spares. And now she's got a strike up in the 8th. Sammy got her spare. Maci with a strike, gets a turkey. So Maci has got this game double, 9 spare, 8 1, 8 spare, and a turkey. So Maci's have got a good game going. Over on the junior varsity, the varsity girls over there at lane 7 right now. Sidney Nelson's got the first 2 strikes. Sidney Ledbetter, left-hander, 2-4. know, the Lockport Porters, looking around here, they really only got one lefty. There are no other lefties. The lefty they had a couple years ago, boy, was just totally awesome. Bailey Belrose. What an awesome player she was for Lockport. All right, so Zoe left the 5-pin, and she'll pick it up. So they're in the 9th frame right now. Lanes 1 and 2, they're in the 8th frame. Emilie gets her spare. Amber Hall on lane 7, strike spare, and she leaves a 3-pin. Morgan Lane again, a double. So, except for those 2 miscues, 2 in-pin spares, she's doing very well. She got all strikes except for the 2 misses. Maci up there. Get down. All right, Maci was working on a turkey, but she leaves the 7-pin, leaves something makeable. Sammy left a 4-pin, so she's going for that. Nice. So look out, Maci. Yep, she missed it. Kind of pulled it inside a little bit. So they're through 9 now on 3 and 4. They're going to switch over to lane 4 now, bowler 10th frame, the Porters. Zoe will lead off. She's got 149 in the 8th with a spare up in the 9th, so she's going at a 180 pace. Jessica Ramirez on lane 1. Zoe left the 4-pin. Jessica went a little high. She was working on a double. So she left the 3-6. 3-6-10, I believe. Zoe, nice basic game. Spares in the 10th. Zoe was 177 average this last year. Zoe didn't bowl varsity all that much, but again, with the talent-laden Lockport Porters, she throws it good enough. She could bowl on varsity on most other teams. Emilie Pleshar, I think she left a 10-pin. Yep. In the 9th frame. Emilie, that high game, 6-game series that Emilie had, 1295, that kind of surprised me because, I mean, she could very easily, with her game, shoot well over 1300 when the conditions are right. She got her 10-pin. But she's on her way in quest of a state championship. She's on the state team. I don't see any problems getting out of the regionals, and if they don't get out of sectionals, boy, I don't know, something's wrong. So I look forward to them going to sectionals because they can get a trophy this year. This team is more experienced this year. They all but one had state experience. There was one that didn't come. Erin was not, or she graduated. She was on the state team, but they only really lost one that was on the state team last year. So that shows you the depth that they got and the experience that they got. And I don't think they're going to be missing too many spares this next time around. And plus, they can play in when the lanes start hooking more. These Lockport girls know how to play, how to hook the ball more now. So I really have a good feeling about them this year. Maci strikes. Fill ball. Zoe Ditter, by the way, she had 188 her second game. Morgan Lane had 211. She bowled well. Maci's going to shoot 200 here. She has a strike in the ninth. If she gets a double, she can be in the 210s. Jessica Ramirez got the first one in the 10th, so she's going to shoot 200. Maci got the trip 4-7. And so she's got a double in the 10th. Yep. Left the 7-pin, Jessica. So looks like if she picks this up, she's gonna shoot 212. Looks like, yep. Very good. Maci strikes out for 213. So you had on 3 and 4 the varsity girls, seniors 188, 211, 213. Over on 1 and 2 now, they got to finish up their 10th frame. They did it. So Jessica shot 212. Now you got Emilie Pleshar, little dynamo going up on lane 2. Like she could shoot 180 if she doubles in the 10th. Let's see what she does. She changed balls, I noticed that. And that one was a lot more aggressive. That one right through the face. So she leaves 3-6-10. Zoe gets her spare to 10, so because the count was low, if she strikes, she can get 169. I know that's not what she wanted, but hey, it's a special night. This really doesn't mean too much. It's more or less just enjoying your senior night. You'll never have this one again. And we're winding. There's still plenty of bowling left, but getting down to the end now. It's going to start getting really postseason now. It's going to start after tonight. With, again, regionals this Saturday, sectionals the week after, and state tournament in Rockford. Look for Coach Weiss and Manuka team here, too, to also be at the state tournament in Rockford. Again, they got a trophy last year. They finished 3rd, and this team looks just as good this year. Sam Traina is finishing up her 10th frame. Leaves a 6 count. And she's going to need to pick this up to shoot 200. And she got it. So if she strikes, she can shoot 201. So 212, 168, and 20 hopefully. Sam changed balls, a little experiment. That's another thing about the Lockport girls. I know, especially the ones I teach, they're really students of the game. They really, when we coach them how and whys, and just don't tell them what to do, you know. So they are able to really analyze the communications between them. If they see that something's different, they see how the lanes are changing. They communicate that with their other players, and they're very knowledgeable. Coach Kwasinski's got it pretty easy with them as far as they know what they're doing. So sometimes, you know, it's just like Phil Jackson with the Chicago Bulls in the 90s. You know, you just make sure they're all there, organize them, keep them together, roll the balls out, let them play. They know how to play. So now they'll be moving into their last game before senior ceremonies. And Andy I still have not gotten the final results of the first game, let alone this second game, but we'll try to get them to you for sure by the end of the program here. It's good to see that several of these girls are going on to play college bowling. Samantha Traina doesn't know where she's going yet, but I know there's a few college teams that are recruiting her. In fact, one in particular I know is really wants her bad, but they got to have, you know, the majors that the kid wants to get into too. I'm not quite sure what Sam wants to do, but I know it's something very complicated. It's not, you know, it's not anything dumb. She's a very intelligent girl. So Jessica Ramirez starts off with a strike in the first frame on lanes 1 and 2. Emilie, she gets a strike. So you notice there's a couple ball changes here. So sometimes you got to fish around a little bit. Sometimes you're chasing the transition of the lanes, and then you got to get back on track. That's why sometimes, you know, you wonder why the scores go up and down. You know, lanes change, and if you don't change quick enough or you guess wrong, you struggle for a while, but eventually you get it, hopefully. Sam made a great ball change, and she struck now too. So Jess, Emilie, and Sam on lanes 1 all struck. Maci Minarcik on lane 3. And her dad told me a couple weeks ago, even though she looks like she's going to Miami of Ohio, and she's going to bowl, which is great. Miami of Ohio is a great school. But she was interviewed by Harvard University, too. That's how smart that kid is. He's got like 4.7 GPA, something like that. So it's great to see them. I like to see them go ahead and go out and bowl. And collegiate bowling is really where it's at. It's a great venue, growing in popularity. Morgan Lane just threw a great shot. Zoe had an open the first frame, then she had a strike. Morgan Lane missed the 1-pin spare, now she struck again, so. Jess on lane 2. And she strikes. Maci really made that ball peel. If you've never been to a high school bowling match, it's kind of quiet in here tonight, kind of subdued, but you go to these invitationals, or you go to like regional sectionals, you go to the state tournament. I mean, it's like a basketball game. I mean, you know, yelling and loud, and you know, or a hockey game. It's really, the parents get into the cheers. It's very loud, very passionate. High school bowling in general seems to be doing very well, despite, I would say, a little bit level off in participation. You still have what I call the haves and the have-nots. You got the programs like Minooka in this area, Minooka, Lockport, Joliet West. They're deep, you know, and they got some really good players. But there's a lot of have-nots. There's a lot of programs that don't have very good players. In fact, there are some programs have a hard time, like with participation, getting enough to have a JV team. So, in my opinion, the middle class in bowling is kind of shrinking a little bit because of youth leagues. The cost of bowling now, cost of equipment, and the time to be an elite player makes a difference. These girls from Lockport here, the ones that you see right here, I mean, they got minimum of 4 or 5 balls. You know, 200 balls, and then they got pro-type shoes, I mean, you're talking, they got $1,500 worth of equipment, and you have to spend that kind of money to be competitive. Private lessons, these Lockport girls, they just don't put the bowling balls away after state. They're year-round. Like, say, I worked with 6 of them from Lockport year-round. Others take lessons from Jeff here at the pro shop and from other coaches. So they're serious. The ones that are the great players, it's a year-round deal with them, just like any other sport. Whether it's volleyball or base or softball, it's year-round training now in order to be an elite person. College coaches come to recruit the high school pattern, the high school girls. And many of these will go on to college, which is great. There are tremendous opportunities for high school girls bowling especially to go into college and to get scholarship money. College bowling is growing. There's over 250 college teams now in the United States between NAIA, USBC Collegiate, NCAA, and college teams. Colleges are looking for bowlers. They're throwing the money away at bowlers, throwing money at the bowlers, and they're even going overseas and down in Colombia, Mexico, openly recruiting bowlers internationally. There's players from all over the world bowling collegiate bowling, and they're getting scholarship money from our colleges, because not enough of our girls are getting good enough and applying themselves to bowling to try to get some of that scholarship money. To me, too much money is going overseas, and they're coming over here, getting the money, and then they're taking their degree, and then they're going back. It's a tremendous opportunity. Boy, you got a younger girl or something, get her into bowling, get her interested in bowling, and scholarships are really a lot more available than probably any other collegiate sport. Many of the bowling alumni from Lockport, if we got time, we'll mention some of those a little bit later. But I do want to mention real quick that we're focusing on the seniors, bowlers that are bowling on the state team who are not seniors. Isabel Colon is a sophomore. Isabel Colon averaged 203. She's got colleges looking at her already, giving out cards and stuff. Very flashy bowler. I've worked with her now for about 3 years now almost. Her older sister Monica Colon bowls for St. Xavier. Then you got Chloe Saziga, her older sister bowled for Lockport. Older sister's got many accolades, club player of the year, club national champion. Chloe's a very good player, 202 average, and she throws the ball a lot better than that. Peyton Vandenberg, we mentioned her as a junior, so she's got this year and next year yet. Peyton, probably what I've seen is probably the most consistent player on Lockport. You can count on her for a good score. A big improvement too over last year. Her dad Jeff's done a hell of a job with her, and Peyton's been very dedicated. Then we got Megan Bases. This is probably going to be her first one. Don't know too much about Megan because she hasn't bowled varsity all that much, but you're allowed 8, so she is one of those players. Coach C was impressed by her, and wants her to be on the state team. Plus, she can get some experience because she's a junior. And then you got Emma Punter, who I work with. Emma really come along great the last couple weeks. She was not going to be on the state team, but she come back strong, and she worked really hard over the summer. Bowl junior gold tournaments. That's another thing. These girls bowl sport patterns. They bowl the top players. They bowl junior gold tournaments, Team USA qualifiers, that kind of thing. So they really get seasoned as far as competition goes. And then who knows, they go on to college, and after college, a lot of your collegiate bowlers, your collegiate elite bowlers, they go on to pros and have good pro careers. They come right out of college and they win on the pros. back to the action here. The JV seniors on JV over on lanes 7 and 8, they're in their 9th and 10th frame. They're kind of off camera right here, but they're bowling in the 9th frame right now, and they'll be heading into the 10th frame. Actually, they are in the 10th right now. Sidney Ledbetter finished with 126, a little bit down from her average of 140. Amber Hall got a spare now in the 10th, and looks like she's going to throw her fill ball, and she could get 170. Well, Amber did well. Amber Hall is a 159 average player. And I guess she's waiting for her bowling ball to come back. So we'll see what she ends up with. She has to bowl, finish up, and so does Sidney Nelson have to shoot it, have to finish up. Getting back to the varsity pairs now on lanes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We have the Lockport girls are kind of waiting for the Minarcik girls to get done so they can start their frame. We're about in the 5th frame now of the varsity match between the two pairs. The college, you can get on the website if you got a girl that you think might want to bowl college bowling. Get on the bowl.com website and kind of work your way through it, and get on collegiate bowling, and they'll tell you the schools that have scholarships available, whether it's NCAA, NAIA. All right, in the 6th frame now, Jessica Ramirez on lane 2 just got a strike, so Jessica's got a turkey, spare, double, so she's off to a good start. Zoe did a little dance there, left a 10 pin on lane 4. Zoe's got 8 open, double, 8 open, strike, and she left 9. Amber Hall got her spare. She's still waiting on lane 8 for her ball. Emilie Pleshar, let's see, she's in the 6th frame, 2nd bowler on lane 2. Going on a Ditter spare. Amber Hall did finish with a strike, so she shot 170. So that finishes up her as a high school bowler. This was actually those 3 over there on 7 and 8, because they did not make the state team and they're seniors. This is their last ones. This is their last game that they're going to be bowling in high school. Sidney Nelson, 151 and a 9. She got a strike, and she got another strike. So she could go off the sheet for 181. You know, the other seniors over here, the ones that are bowling on lanes 1 and 2, they're going to be their season. They still got a lot of season left yet, but these other ones on lane 7 are bowling JV. This is it for them. So this is the last shot of her high school career, Sidney Nelson, and she will leave the 6, 9, 10. So she gets done 178. So very good. There. This is going to be very emotional for them, because this is it for them. Zoe Ditter, this is going to be her last game of her high school career. On lane 3, she chopped the spare. She's got 102 in the 6th. Well, now she's got 111 in the 7th with that open. Morgan Lane, this is going to be her last game as a high school bowler. she will be going up on lane 3 right now. Nice strike, good pitch. So she's got 9 open, double, 9 open, and a turkey through 7 frames. The 3 girls, seniors that are bowling on lane 1 for Lockport, they are going on. So this is not their last matches. Maci, her last match will be this match of her high school career. She's going on to bowl, I guess, at Miami, Ohio. They're going to start a bowling program, and she's going to be a part of that, which is great. So she'll be on the ground floor of that. She'll be the inaugural season with that team. Definitely NCAA team. So Maci's got 92 and a 6 with the strike up in the 7th. So we're going into the 8th frame. Jessica is going to be on the right lane. Jessica again, she's got turkey, spare, double, so she's going at a 220 pace, spare in the 7th. Let's see what she does here. She's really been throwing the ball great lately, working on her release, got her release going a lot better now, worked very hard. Bowled varsity at some point, all 4 years. She's got 168 now in the 7th with that spare up, so she's going at a 220 pace. Emilie Pleshar is up there now. Emilie is going at a 190 pace. If she's got to strike up in the 7th. Little high. So she's going to give that spare a shot, 3-6. Oh, chopped the spare for Emilie Pleshar. So 142 in the 8th. Well, she's going at about a $180 pace. Sammy is up now on lane 8. Boy, if she can keep it going, boy, just Lockport can get on the Traina. Nice strike, Sammy. Well, Sammy's clean through 8 frames. Well, she's going at a 220 pace also. Maci with a strike up in the 7th. Nice. Way to go. Got a double. Maci's such a good kid. I wish her all the best going to Miami of Ohio. That's awesome. Okay, it looks like we're going in the 9th frame on lanes 1 and 2 with Jessica Ramirez going at that 220 pace. Got to strike up in the 8th. And we'll see what she does. Threw it nice and aggressive. Oh my goodness. She's got to keep that aggressiveness, yet still stay out of in control where she doesn't lose that ball on the downswing. Then the ball hits like pus. Zoe got a strike in the 9th frame. Oh, she's going at a $170 pace. Emilie they got the 5 out, so she left the 7. Maci's working on a double here. Going into the 9th frame. Love to see her get 200 her last game. Ah, there's that 10 pin again. Little lack of power, little Maci. But she's very good on spares for the most part. That's what keeps her in there. Emilie missed the 1 pin spare. Sammy got a double on the. I think she got it. Yes, she got a turkey. But Sammy's going at a 230 pace. She can go off the sheet for 250. Okay, Jessica is going to get up to bowl her 10th frame, it looks like. Not quite yet. Okay, this is the last frame, last shot of her high school career. Zoe, get up the hill. She mixed them up. All right, she has a strike up in the 9th, so she got a strike in the 10th. Zoe can go off the sheet for 191, so she needs this next one to get in the 190s. And being that she had a season average of 177, she's going to be above her average. Okay, last frame. Oh, she cut that one a little short. Push. It did, but it hit flat. Kind of fell back on her. Okay, hopefully she gets 1, and that'd be 178 for her last game of high school bowling with Lockport. I'd like to see her pick it up. That'd be awesome. You don't see too many of these picked up, though. Jessica Ramirez, by the way, just got the first one in the 10th. So she's going at, oh my gosh, she can shoot a ton. Zoe gets the 8 pin, and that's it for her college or high school career. Nicely done. Jessica, second ball in the 10th, little wide, little outside. She got a little fast on that one and lost that one. But she picks this up, she's gonna shoot 245. Okay, Morgan Lane, her last frame in high school. 10 pin. Hopefully now she's missed 3 1-pin spares here this game. So I want her to get this one. You don't want to end your last frame with a miss. So let's see what she does. Just got her spare for 245. Wow. Hang on. Are they going to make her do push-ups? I don't think so. Well, she finished a 178. Or 181, I'm sorry, 181. Maci, last bowler. Oh, bounced it off her ankle. She bounced it off her ankle last ball. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. I wonder if she's going to be able to throw a shot. Man, she whacked her ankle bad. That thing went in about 8 foot down the lane. She whacked it big time. Emilie got to strike her first ball of the 10th. Hit her ankle. Oh, she got the spare. Wow. Too bad she was on a spare. You didn't get no count on the first ball, but she got the spare. This is something she can talk about. Her last ball in high school. All right, Maci, get the strike. Oh, she threw it right down the middle. It's a little, played it safe, but she got an 8 count, so she was 169 her last game. Emilie Pleshar finishes out 171. So Sammy now is going to be the last player of that 3-man state team. Sammy just whacked him. Sammy can shoot 250, 259 if she gets this next one and goes off the sheet. Sammy's looking really strong. Oh my goodness, if she can just keep this going, like say all aboard the train. She's got a really nice style too. Sammy's got nice lines, nice fundamentals. Just a pleasure to work with her. Look at that. She made that ball change, right? She made that ball change. She shoots 250 this last game. And she made the ball change on her own. They pretty much let her do what she wants to do. Actually, those three over there, they kind of let them go. They just kind of give them guidance, consult with them, but these kids are very knowledgeable. And the other ones that are going to state. Peyton Vandenberg, very knowledgeable. Her dad teaches her. You know, dad works in the shop, owns a shop. You got Chloe Zinga. Been around bowling all her life. She really is a student of the game. And then you got Emilie Punter, who's going to be coming into her own. She's a sophomore right now, so she's going to be an up-and-comer. She's going to be the future of this team. So that is it. Sam shot 258, left at 9 count. So again, quite a performance there from those three. 674 it looks like they had on their side of the sheet with a $170 game. That is really awesome. Now what's going to happen is we are going to have a little bit of a break here, and what's going to happen is down on the lanes, the Lockport Senior Night ceremonies will start. It'll be a pretty long ceremony this time with 9 girls. Very emotional night tonight. It will be now. You'll see this will be the kiss and cry portion right here. And soon we will send it down to Coach Artie Kwasinski when he's ready to go. We will send it down to him for the kiss and cry. Special congratulations to all the seniors, especially the ones that are moving on to college, especially to bowling. If you're looking forward to following their collegiate career. And we got lots of bowling left, though. Again, here for the regionals. So if you can come out this Saturday, come out, watch the regionals of high school bowling for this area. And then we got the sectionals that are going to be coming up. And then the week after, with the sectionals over at Echo Lanes in Morris, Illinois, then it's on to the state tournament, Cherry Bowl, Rockford, Illinois. And that's wild. I mean, it's no matter what the temperature is outside, it's hot in that building. The atmosphere is loud, constant cheering, yelling. Everybody's packed in there like sardines. They wait an hour before the matches, the tournament starts just to get in. They're waiting outside. It's something else. You got college coaches there looking at them. It's quite a deal. Okay, I got some results here. So before we hand it down, let me get these results real quick to you. The first game, Jessica Ramirez 215, Emilie Pleshar 202, Samantha Traina 195, Zoe Ditter 206, Morgan Lane 201, Maci Minarcik 195. So they had 12-14. Sam 258, Zoe 178, Morgan 181, and Maci 169. So the totals, Jessica Ramirez had 672 series individually, Emilie Pleshar had a 5, looks like 95. Samantha Traina at 652. Zoe at 572. Morgan at 593. Maci Minarcik 577. So their team total was 3608. They beat Minooka by, looks like, almost 300 pins. 270 some pins. The big shooters for Minooka didn't have too many big shooters. Alyssa Alexander was high with 609. And that was about it. Everybody else right around 500, middle 500s. So those were the scores from the varsity. The JV, Megan Bases, who's going on the stage, she shot 688. And she is a junior this year, so she's going to be going. She's one of the 8, 236, 279 she had. I wish somebody would have told me she had 279 going. And 178 and 173 for 688. So she was definitely high for Lockport on the JV squad. Emma Punter at 583. She bowled well, 233 her last game. Amber Hall, she did well. She had 592. Did very well. So, should be about ready. I'll hand it down. Okay, we're going to be handing it down to Artie right now, and then we'll do a little close at the end of the ceremonies.
Okay, everybody, we'll start our senior night festivities here. Seniors, if you guys want to line up down there, we're going to be going in alphabetical order. If you don't know where you belong, look at the back of your purse. Okay? First of all, before we get started, I want to thank Jeff Crone over here from Lockport for streaming this live for us and his staff. Also, Tom Hintz back there for doing color commentary. There's some sheets here on the table that'll tell you guys how to get to the website. And also, Linda has put it on the band, so you can watch it. I also want to thank Mr. Dwyer, who was here in the athletic office, Mr. Greenan, Mr. Zaworski, and I think there were also a couple other teachers here that I didn't get their names.
Schmoke.
He wished you guys good luck. Also, I want to thank the junior class for organizing this. They've done a lot of work, and seniors, I hope you guys appreciate it. Just a couple words about the senior group. Largest group I believe I've ever had for seniors, and I'll tell you what, I had 9 great kids. They worked hard, very coachable, great teammates. And on top of it, the best part of it is they were all great kids. And you guys, thank you very much. Okay, and also, when we get done, there's a little surprise for them in the banquet room. But also, we have food in there. Please let the seniors and their families eat first before the rest of us go in. Okay, so our first senior is Zoe Ditter, escorted by her mom and dad, Leah and John. Okay, next we have Amber Hall, escorted by her mom, Sarah. Next we have Morgan Lane, escorted by mom and dad, Katie and Jeff. I might want to add that Morgan is going to Lewis bowling, so we'll have another bowler bowling in college, thank God. Okay, next we have Sidney Ledbetter, escorted by mom and dad, Patricia and John. Sidney's going into one of my favorite things. She wants to be a cook, culinary arts. So I like that. Next we have Maci Minarcik, escorted by Dad, Michael. Next we have Sidney Nelson, escorted by Tara and Matt. Next we have Emilie Pleshar, escorted by mom and dad, Elise and Ethan.
Don't cry. Chloe, knock it off. Stop!
Emilie is also going to bowl at Aurora University. Next we have Jessica Ramirez, escorted by mom and dad, Elaine and John Ramirez. And last but certainly not least, we have Sam Traina, escorted by Jennifer and her stepdad, Bob. There they go. You know, I just want to say again, it was a pleasure having these kids the last 4 years on the team. We're going to miss them, but the thing is they made the program that much better, and the upcoming underclassmen, it's your job to continue the process. Okay, congratulations everybody. Thank you very much. We have one more thing that they're going to try to read here. This is a yearly thing.
It's not going to go well. You guys don't. Okay. Sorry, go.
because you guys are sweethearts. That's only two of them. Yeah, we're gonna pause. Intermission. Yeah. Okay. You can put the cup in. Okay. We're glad you guys didn't have Butterfingers tonight and we hope you had mounds of fun. We will love and miss you all. Good luck in the future.
Okay, so again, congratulations. Please let them go in and eat first. And once they get in there, they might find a little surprise in there for each other. Okay? Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, there you have it. The ending of the ceremonies have ended. They're going to go in and have some lunch and party a little bit. What I want to do as a wrap here, I just want to give thanks real quick to, first of all the girls. We wouldn't have high school bowling without the girls. The parents, relatives, friends, supporters of high school bowling in general. Too many to mention. Lockport Township High School, who really treats bowling, high school bowling, the boys and girls team treats them just like any other sport, like the volleyball and the basketball and softball and so on. Also thanks to Strike and Spare Lanes and the pro shop here at Strike and Spare. Jeff Crone, our engineer, we couldn't do this without him. Okay, he did a great job out there with the camera angles and stuff. We hope you enjoyed the stream. Best wishes in the quest for a state championship at Lockport Porters. This is Tom Hintz saying good night from Strike and Spare.